Ok. Reacționăm la Middle Ground, că nu mai pot.
Middle Ground cred că ar fi cel mai interesant. Hai să-i dăm un start.
Ok, deci avem Can Satanists and major religions see eye to eye?
Mi se pare foarte interesantă discuția despre satanism, pentru că am studiat pentru o perioadă puțin ce înseamnă și care sunt, cum ai în creștinism, cele poruncile.
Așa,
Nu mai știam să
da.
le zic.
Ai și în satanism.
Da, numai că gen sunt mult mai
Doable.
morally right și doable și mult mai not narcissistic.
Da, ce mi s-a părut mie interesant a fost gen accentul care era pus pe a nu face rău copiilor, which was really nice. Și era gen, totul era foarte accesibil. Era gen, să faci așa, că chiar se poate. Da.
Nu știu dacă vedeți, dar m-am vopsit. Numai pe cameră nu se vedea absolut deloc. Dar
Mă rog.
anyways,
Și eu mi-am vopsit.
ce cred creștinii că înseamnă satanismul? Literalmente iluminație. Thank you.
Și eu mi-am vopsit sprâncenele, dar...
The invitation that God gives to the people that He made is so generous and came at such a high price to Him.
A high price. He gave up a weekend. He gave up a weekend.
Right.
That guy, acel nene, a fost un clip, nu mai știu, a făcut un clip despre satanii și despre stilul lor de viață și cum funcționează comunitatea. I love that guy. He's so spot on cu tot ce spune.
Ce este? Nu, așa mă simt.
I am a Presbyterian pastor.
I'm a Hindu.
I'm Muslim.
Aici.
Nimic, scuze.
Asta zice că e Jordan Peterson. De buget. Asta zice că e Jordan Peterson de buget. Și la voce un pic.
Mi se pare că seamănă cu... Mi se pare că seamănă cu Dr. House.
Mor! Am dus pe Dr. House de partea creștinilor.
I am a Presbyterian pastor.
I'm a Hindu.
I'm Muslim.
Hi, I'm Lois. I'm a Satanist. No! To be honest, when I heard of Satan,
Ador.
Efectiv, diferența de gen vibe între the little Christians, the little religious people who are like nice and modest și gen stau cu minte așa și vorbesc și după aia Satanist.
Ai observat cât de more confident the Satanist
Efectiv,
was?
gen mult mai multă încredere în sine, mult mai multă energie, vibe frumos.
I swear.
Satanist, my first reaction was something that does not align with my core beliefs.
I think of like a lot of darkness and evil and lostness.
Vai.
Salvează-ne tu.
Efectiv, uite cât de cool I aspire. Uite cât de cool arată omul
Ce
ăsta.
hot arată cu aia.
Efectiv.
Ajutor.
When I think of Abrahamic faith, I think of slaughterings and burnings and mutilations, all in the name of God.
Efectiv.
A pus punctul pe ei.
To myself, I don't actually have a image or a person or a thing that I think of when I think of Satan. The Arabic word for Satan is shaitan. He's what's whispering in your ear in a sense of trying to lead you away from God.
Tell me a little bit more about the Temple of Satan. What is that?
One of the things I like about it personally is that they are actively fighting to make sure that every religion has a chance to have a say right now in this country.
I'm approaching this with a spirit of curiosity, love to ask questions and hear more about the perspectives of the people that I'm going to be.
Efectiv, nu înțeleg cum poți să gen vii să spui că te gândești la gen cealaltă parte cu care o să discuți ca a lot of darkness and evil și după aceea să spui că vii cu minte deschisă și cu curiozitate. Literalmente poftim. Ai început cu o fucking prezumție.
The gender. Yeah, exactly.
Efectiv.
Da, efectiv.
Literalmente.
Oamenii ăștia n-au pic de personalitate. Le-a luat-o toată Dumnezeu.
Da, gen, that guy...
L-a luat-o pe toată, scuzați-mă.
Tipul ăla cu mustăcioară.
The hot one?
Da. îmi place.
Și mie.
Talking to
And as for the major religions, I hope to understand why they stayed within their religion if they were born into it, or I hope to understand how they justify their beliefs.
Okay, my name's Sean Gendel. I'm a Presbyterian pastor.
Ce înseamnă Presbyterian pastor? Nu înțeleg ce înseamnă acel presbyterian.
Uite.
Ce prost am scris. Ah, ok. Protestant. Ok, deci e gen în protestantism, era să spun. Protestant, e protestant, am înțeles. Este interesant de văzut cum se prezintă, adică pentru nenea pastor este important să zică că este pastor și că are o soție, literalmente.
Make religion your whole personality. Like, you're no human without God.
Efectiv, let's make sure everybody knows. Am o soție, n-am făcut sex înainte de să mă căsătoresc cu ea. N-am dat la cuculeț. Dacă zicești de copii, e gata.
My wife Kelly, and we have 3 children.
I'm Amr Isa. I'm 19 years old. I'm Muslim. I was born and raised in a Muslim household. Muslim my whole life. It's a big part of who I am.
My name is Jason
El a zis-o pe față, e ok.
Turgeon. I'm 33. I'm a Satanist. I was raised Christian
Normal.
and have somewhat recently converted.
Trebuia să fie cineva.
My name is Ragini. I was born and raised in India, and then I moved here for grad school. And
Stai, că e tot pe... Ăștia vorbesc cu chin, nu vreau să stau înapoi.
currently I'm a director at Jubilee Media,
Oh!
Ok.
and I'm Hindu.
I'm Lois. I'm 23, and I'm
Ok.
She just doesn't have eyebrows and is blonde.
Pare puțin underage această persoană.
I'm a Satanist, and I was raised Jewish.
Așa
Ok.
sunt.
My name is Richard Leo.
Nu sunt Jewish, sunt... am fost crescută creștin-ortodox și acum nu știu ce fac.
Putem să luăm un moment să ne uităm la... Lasă-l pe Richard! Voiam să-i ofer un moment pentru că este hard.
Da, mă, da, era îi postează proastă. Avea ochi așa. Pe clipea.
Ok, gata.
I'm a Satanist, and I was raised Jewish.
My name is Richard Leo. I'm older than I like to tell people.
Aoleu, cum vorbe...
Hai, Doamne.
I'm a Satanist. I was raised Christian, but I am a Satanist.
Can I get my Satanists back there on the
Calmează-te.
left? Members of major religions on the right. Back there on the left, and members of major religions on the right. Hell is a real place.
Yes, it's called Earth.
Efectiv, pariu că gen the religious people credeau că ei o să vină, că sataniștii o să vină, pentru că gen ei au impresia că e totul despre worshipping hell.
Yeah.
I don't actually know, like, when I try to think of what hell looks like to me, I don't think it...
Nu vreau să am copii, dar gen cu Richard pot să fac un compromis.
I don't actually know, like, when I try to think of what hell looks like to me, I don't think it's how it's been in movies or people just talk about, like, some fiery inferno. I believe in an afterlife where there is a kind of a good place and a bad place, where what you do here kind of determines where you're going to end up.
Yeah, one of the signs that there is something greater than us out there is that we see something beautiful that we want someone to express our thanksgiving to and our worship towards. And in the same way, on the opposite end of the spectrum, when there are terrible deeds or acts that are committed by humans towards one another, that there also needs to be a place of justice. And so, I believe that...
Ok, deci pentru că există consecințe când faci ceva, înseamnă că există iad.
Deci n-a zis nimic.
Literalmente.
there is a heaven and that there is a hell and that the gift of grace that God offers us is...
Efectiv, the prompt, hell is a real place, nenea ăsta.
God offers us everything.
Iadul este real pentru că există un iad și un rai.
Why would you want to worship someone? Unless you're kind of ill and you're into BDSM stuff, I don't see it.
În special creștinii, când vorbesc despre căsătorie, sex, despre gen ce se întâmplă în cuplu. That sounds so BDSM. Spanking your wife? Dacă e cu consimțământ, man. I mean, la ei nu e, dar gen ceva e acolo. Altceva e acolo, la mijloc.
Eu zic că Dumnezeu se desează prea tare.
So generous that for those who reject it, that there has to be a place of judgment. So, yeah.
Can I get my disagreeers to come in?
Personally, I would
Is he-
never worship a god. They would send someone to an eternal lake of fire to be burned forever for the simple fact of non-belief, when that deity knows what it would take to convince every single person on this planet.
Și totuși nu.
Gura! Ai văzut?
Și că îl mesteca. Și el are un
Și ăla
cras
își
pe aici.
mesteca.
Knows what it would take to convince every single person on this planet. That is cruel. It is inhumane.
100% de acord. Și dacă ar exista acest Dumnezeu, I still wouldn't worship him.
Them.
Him, 'cause
Na.
patriarhat.
It is not kind. It is not generous. And that is not a God worthy of worship.
Efectiv, vorbește atât de... Cum? Știi tu. Gen dramatic și Victorian și...
What's more, it would be damning the vast majority of everyone who's
I mean, mai zici că spune rugăciuni de frică. Mai zi.
Efectiv, ca Snape în Harry Potter, în primul Harry Potter, să... Tatăl nostru care ești în cerul,
Ce-ai zis?
Not generous.
în cerul așa.
And that is not a God worthy of worship.
What's more, it would be damning the vast majority of everyone who's ever existed for not believing in him for a set of rules that he created.
Mi se pare foarte interesant că gen un creștin stă în cameră cu cum se spune muslim în română? Musulman și gen cu o persoană hindu și like spune că efectiv le spune că i-ar arunca în iad pentru că nu cred în același Dumnezeu. Și
They
nu vede
all
o problemă.
say that.
Da, și gen nimeni nu vede o problemă
Each
cu
says
asta.
that.
Mă rog, tipa n-a zis.
Păi,
N-ar
da,
fi.
dar religia ei asta spune.
Nu știu ce spune hindu.
Mă rog, ei sunt politeiști oricum. Gen,
Da,
cred
corect.
mai mult și căcat.
To be fair, I feel like
For not believing in him for a set of rules that he created.
I feel like this presupposes that to burn in hell means that you don't believe in God. I'm sure that there are religions, and I know that there are people who believe that hell is a place for murderers, you know. And when I was Jewish, we didn't believe in hell. They didn't even talk about the devil.
According to Jewish teachings, hell is not entirely physical. Rather, it can be compared to a very intense feeling of shame. People are ashamed of their misdeeds, and this constitutes suffering which makes up for the bad deed. Interesant.
I just kind of came upon it myself. I believe that in the event that we have spirits and they will go on to some other realm, it's probably more of a nebulous place than a physical hell, lake, fire, everything.
I don't even believe we have souls
Yeah.
necessarily. I'd like to see some evidence
Like
before I believe
barely
something like that.
believe
Yeah.
that we're even.
Efectiv, persoanele religioase cred în ceva fără să aibă niciun fel de nimic în spate. Doar gen, m-am rugat odată să câștig la joc și am câștigat și acum cred.
Mi se pare de arogant să crezi că gen God helped me, so he exists. Like,
Când gen
what
sunt
about,
persoane care nu au fost ajutate
like,
și
what
s-au rugat.
about all of the other people that prayed harder than you, let's say, and they didn't get the help? Jesus.
Dar am câștigat Candy Crush!
Even conscious, let alone like I'm about to have an existential crisis up here.
I think the historical Christian position is that the gift of the invitation that God gives to the people that he made is so generous and came at such a high price to him.
A high price. He gave up a
that,
weekend.
He
gave up a weekend.
Right.
He was God before.
Yeah.
He was God during, and he's God now.
He's so intimidated.
Da, efectiv e gen, ok, scuze, daddy.
I don't think
Ba da.
No.
Ba da.
No.
Ba da.
Stop!
He gave up a weekend. If I knew right now that I could go off and die, and then not die, where's the gift in that, number one?
I'm able to look at the grace that has been extended to me,
Grace.
and yeah.
Deci, îmi vine să dau exit la clipul ăsta. Haide, lasă-l vorbească.
And I receive it.
I want to make sure I can get a full
Yes.
set shot.
Okay, so the way that I would commonly think of it is that if I gave up the life of my own son in exchange for your life, that it is okay then for me to make the invitation that God makes towards us.
Is that moral?
Is it moral?
Is it moral? On a corporeal level,
Jesus took on the penalty that I deserved for the sins that I committed, if we're looking at the traditional Christian faith. And so I receive his gift of grace and as a payment for the things that I had done. So your question, is it moral or is it just? Is it fair? I'm able as a Christian to say, no, it's not fair because I deserve the punishment that he took on himself.
Plângi? Nu plâng! Nu încă. Doar dacă îmi zice Richard. Lasă-mă, ok? Dar teoretic God doesn't have a gender, da. Toată lumea îi spune him, așa că that says something.
Faith to me is everything. We grew up in a household of faith, and
Adică a fost indoctrinat. Indoctrinated.
Română nu e engleză.
Și ce dacă...
Dau cu capul în gură.
and learn to love Jesus and love the church and serve the church from the family
So
that I
you're
grew up in,
servant.
and so
Ți-am spus că e into BDSM.
He's a slave.
Are un crush pe Richard.
love Jesus and love the church and serve the church from the family that I grew up in, and so my wife and I
Vorbește cu atât dragoste. Cred că are un crush pe Jesus și are și un crush pe Richard. Îți dai seama ce conflict intern trebuie să aibă omul ăsta?
have embraced that same life of faith, and we have taught the Christian faith to our children
Normal.
to understand themselves and their world because of him. And
Copiii lui la gen 6 luni, ăștia, cu crucea. Iisus! Copilul acolo, ce faci, tata, cu mine?
and his teaching.
I believe there is a higher purpose in life.
I mean,
Yeah, I think I strongly believe there's a higher purpose in life. I don't think I found it yet, and I hope I would like to believe that I will one day in the journey of my life.
So I completely agree.
Am oprit clipul ca să gândesc. Păi nu știu ce să zic. Adică eu personal am un scop beyond life itself. Gen, care e întrebarea? Higher purpose in life. Gen, I don't think necessarily there is a high-ass purpose in life. Că gen, life au și copacii, life au și animalele. There isn't, așa mă simt. Andoctrinat. Gen, foarte sincer, eu, da, pot să am scopuri, gen, vreau să fac chestii cu viața mea, vreau să fiu fericit, dar cam atât, adică, și nu cred că un copac has a higher purpose. It has the purpose to serve what's around him, just like everything else, in my opinion.
Ai zis foarte interesant că tu ne-ai făcut comparația asta cu copaci. Religious people nu văd viață în altceva. Gen, ei când spun că există un higher purpose, există doar pentru oameni.
Da.
Gen, doar pentru fiii lui Dumnezeu.
Da, I swear, I hate it. Dar, da, după părerea mea, tot ce e viu has as purpose to live its life and serve everything around it. That's my opinion. Dar I don't see that as a higher purpose. I see that as life in itself.
În special, noi ca oameni, eu așa cred că ar fi bine să avem ca scop să fim fericiți,
Da.
whatever that means, dar nu este un higher purpose, pentru că un higher purpose înseamnă implică ceva care e deasupra ta, care e above you, care ți-e superior, pe care trebuie să-l servești prin scopul tău.
Da, adică nu știu ce înțeleg oamenii ăștia prin higher purpose și aș vrea să aud asta.
Because everything else is there to serve humans.
I swear I hate humans, man.
Cum de avem planeta atât de bună pentru noi oamenii, de parcă nu noi oamenii am evoluat să ne încadrăm în parametrii planetei.
I don't know what my purpose is, and I don't think there's like a higher purpose that fits for everybody. But to me, the idea that there's some bigger purpose has always been very comforting to me. Otherwise, kind of what's the point of all of this?
Aș vrea să...
Efectiv, creștinii fiind, nu creștinii, religioșii fiind inconfortabili cu ideea de viață existând pur și simplu. Dacă viața există pur și simplu, nu mai are sens pentru ei. That's so sad!
Aș vrea foarte tare să știu când spun că există ceva bigger, mai mare decât ce?
Mai mare decât tine, mai mare decât viața.
Și să trăiești viața și să dai mai departe, nu știu, lumii ceva și să continui prin tine ciclu natural. How is that not bigger?
I don't know, ask them.
Ask Jesus.
Ask Jesus. Când fumezi o ciupercă,
mandat pentru Jesus.
când fumezi o ciupercă, ask Jesus about it.
No, I fully agree. I think that I believe it's a question that we all ask, and it's one of the gifts of faith, in my opinion, so that when there's times of epidemic and war, pandemic. You're right. That's a better
Worldwide.
pandemic. That we're able to
A better word.
understand.
It was the right word. Dar coming from a Hindu woman, obviously it was.
Gen că...
And even in those situations of difficulty and
Nu
conflict,
putea să zică că are dreptate.
Normal că nu.
that we're able to understand, even in those situations of difficulty and conflict and anxiety and fear, that there is a higher purpose in life, and that
Ce scop măreț este în război?
Jesus. You don't get it.
Coaie cât de fucking arogant să-mi bag...
there's more than what we see.
I trouble with the phraseology higher purpose because that
Credeam
denotes
că literalmente gen stătea în picioare
Și eu credeam că
vorbea.
stătea în picioare. Ce postură bună are asta. Dar nu pot că mă trage asta în jos.
Vino mai încoa, turbatule.
Stai că nu știu cum e camera.
I trouble with the phraseology higher purpose because that denotes do I believe God? No, but I do believe higher purpose as in love,
Da.
to give, to be generous, to be kind, to help, to heal, to be there to understand.
The phrase higher purpose it's a loaded phrase.
I struggle with higher purpose because it's like God said.
I chose you.
Da, e o frază foarte loaded cu Dumnezeu. Gen, nu poți să te gândești la conceptul de higher purpose fără Dumnezeu.
With higher purpose because it's like God said.
I chose you.
Yeah, I choose you, and you are going to do this thing, and you're going to continue doing this thing for the rest of your life. And I really struggle with that.
Can I just ask? And I mean this with all with.
With all due respect.
I
You
received
can't
your
offend
statement
me.
with that.
You literally cannot offend me.
Effectiv.
But that was a very,
Come on.
just curiosity. What if everyone was committed to this idea that like in the way that you expressed it? So I would say some people that are sort of pro-religion, like I am, would say that in order for us to bind together as a culture and learn to kind of work together and help cause one another to flourish, we have to agree on some kind of higher purpose or a common set of principles.
I disagree. I don't really.
Common set of principles, yes, dar cam atât. Și mutual respect, that's kind of all you need.
Efectiv, omul ăsta, as a cis-het white man, vrea atât de tare să abolish any other culture, că gen a zis că we as a culture to come together, dar gen fiecare cultură e diferită. Ok, putem să ne punem de acord pe gen principii ale moralității.
Măcar basics.
Da, fiecare o să fie diferit, o să aibă practici, ritualuri diferite, gen...
Work together and help cause one another to flourish, we have to agree on some kind of higher purpose or a common set of principles.
E genul de persoană care ar spune că gen fără Dumnezeu nu te oprește nimic să omori și să...
Da. Și să fuți ca mașina de cusuți.
Mi se pare că religious people sunt doar niște oameni care au găsit ceva în care să creadă și nu au încercat să vadă și other people's perspective, pentru că they are in privileged position where religion didn't hurt them.
Efectiv!
Nu știu dacă sunt 100% de acord, pentru că am văzut știu persoane religioase care discută foarte mult alte perspective. De exemplu, pe YouTube este God is Grey, sau cel puțin era, nu știu dacă mai e, care e o tipă creștină progresistă, care gen știe foarte bine o grămadă de perspective ale altor religii și ale ateilor și chiar dacă nu sunt de acord cu ce spune sau în ce crede, mi se pare foarte deschisă la minte. Dar sunt de acord că majoritatea oamenilor sunt privileged. Mai ales că religia e o chestie care e dată din generație în generație.
I disagree. I don't really see a need for having a prescriptive purpose. I'm struggling to even see what you see as the value in saying that you have a higher purpose.
Maybe it's more of a fear or a concern, right? That if everyone got up every day and said that life is all about me, and it's what, and I'm not suggesting at all that that's what you're saying about.
I mean, it kind of is. Like,
It is my belief, I don't mean to interrupt either
No.
of you. It is my belief that one should take care of oneself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody else will.
Yeah.
People who do take care of themselves, they understand that it is balance, and they're not going to go out and cause anarchy and mayhem in the streets.
It can even be like a selfish act to be helping the community around you.
Yeah.
And it's still a good thing, it's still important. It doesn't-
Efectiv, pentru că gen ajuți comunitatea de lângă tine, pentru că sunt oameni la care ții. Sunt chestii care pentru tine sunt importante. De-aia te bagi în ele, pentru că îți pasă de ele. It's inherently selfish, actually. If you help somebody you have no business with, that's more altruist, dar nu mi se pare că nici măcar aia nu e complet altruist. Mă rog.
Plus că multă lume ajută altă lume, pentru că gen să ajuți pe cineva sau o comunitate îți dă un sentiment bun despre tine, că ai făcut ceva bun. Și asta mi se pare o chestie foarte umană, numai că... Pardon. Creștinii nu vor să admită chestia asta, pentru că atunci ar trebui să recunoască că și ei când încearcă să ajute, în special cu religia, pe alții nu vine din iubirea asta eternă pentru Dumnezeu, vine tot din selfishness.
Da, că gen vrei să te poți vedea tu pe tine ca pe un om bun. Basically, și nu e nimic greșit în asta și mă enervează că religiile văd ceva greșit în asta.
Yep.
Gen, toată lumea vrea să fie un om bun, să se vadă pe el însuși ca un om bun sau să fie văzut ca un om bun. Nu e nimic greșit cu asta, oamenilor, Doamne! Amuzant că omul ăsta arată un pic ca Isus. Mă rog, Isus din filme.
Isus metal.
Isus alb.
doesn't take a higher purpose to make that kind of thing happen. I was going to school with the intention to become an ordained minister in the Pentecostal church. One of the things there is you read the Bible a lot every day, all day. And after doing that for like several hours a day and reading the Bible through back to back several times and discussing it, I wasn't sold at all.
Efectiv.
I guess I style myself more as in...
Foarte mulți creștini, mai ales ăștia care nu sunt foarte vocali, ei nu prea au citit Biblia, dar gen... S-a întâmplat ceva bun în viața lor, au învățat de la părinți că Dumnezeu că aia și au zis că nu, păi, bine.
So they need God to tell them how to be so that they can be okay with themselves. Da, pentru că dacă Dumnezeu a zis ceva și tu faci acel ceva, nu mai e vina ta dacă acel ceva e greșit.
Da, exact.
Că așa ți-a zis Dumnezeu.
Gen, dacă ajuți pe cineva și nu funcționează, nu e vina ta, e vina persoanei că n-a funcționat, pentru că ți-a zis Dumnezeu. It has to be perfect.
a skeptic and a humanist than anything, and Satanism just happens to fit really nicely in that category for me. And this is actually also kind of like my outing video. Like, my family doesn't know I'm a member of TST. They don't know I'm a Satanist.
Băi, I want to look more into it, gen să mă uit mai mult în satanism and what that entails. I don't know. Maybe I'll make my come out as well. Who knows? Nothing wrong with converting.
I believe in good and evil.
This morning.
Just not...
Aoleu, lasă-mă să... Mă strici toate
Do you
fanteziile.
believe in good and evil?
I believe in good and bad. Nu-mi place termenul de evil, pentru că mi se pare că, din nou, ca higher purpose are gen, e foarte loaded din punct de vedere religios.
Yeah. Eu nu cred în bine sau rău obiectiv.
Nici eu.
Totul doar există, dar...
Nici eu nu obiect... Auzi și tu? Doar îmi ție mie urechea. Hail Satan. Ce ziceam? Că nici nu cred că e ceva obiectiv, dar fiindcă eu am propria perspectivă subiectivă despre ce e bun sau rău, da, cred că există pentru fiecare aceste concepte.
Da, dar nu cred că ceva e purely evil sau că altceva este purely good pentru că nu mi-a zis niciun Dumnezeu asta. Sau poate a încercat, dar nu i-a ieșit.
I haven't. It's part of my own belief system for sure.
Se distrează atât de mult, meanwhile ăștia sunt căcați pe, mai ales nenea, Dr. House. E căcat pe el.
Scrie pe ecran.
I haven't. It's part of my own belief system for sure. A conviction that all of our hearts can at sometimes lead us to do acts of evil, so I see it in the world around me, on both.
I don't think there is such thing as a binary of morals.
Da.
Totul este relativ în moralitate, deci totul o să tindă spre gri decât orice altceva și pentru că ceva ce a făcut rău unui om poate i-a făcut bine altuia și basically...
Da, în același timp, în afară de perspectiva personală asupra binelui și răului, mi se pare că există și una importantă a societății, pentru că toți trăim într-o societate și gen putem să ne punem toți de acord că murdering is bad, rape is bad and all of that.
Da, dar de aici dilema cu e moral să ucizi un ucigaș și așa mai departe. Că creștinismul are chestia asta că gen oamenii care sunt uciși sunt ispoviți de orice păcat au și în momentul în care sunt uciși și gen păcatele lor trec la ucigașul lor. That's a thing.
Nu știu, what? Nu mai este asta.
Basically, dacă societatea... De ce văd oamenii ăștia mostly in black and white? Yeah, because they have BPD, pentru că Dumnezeul lor are narcisism. Double de păcate. Da, I don't know, it's weird to say the least. Dar, da. Și atunci, de aici aia cu... E ok să omori un gen ucigaș, că îți iei tu păcatele asupra ta și gen...
Both sides.
Yeah, I think the phrasing is something that's it's a little bit catchy.
It's just dichotomy.
Yeah,
it just
I mean, I believe in right and wrong, and I think some things for me, a lot of things lie in the gray area, but there are some things that I consider right and wrong. But I wouldn't say it's the same as good and evil, right?
That was beautifully said. That was.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but I also believe that what is right and wrong has changed throughout history, and it's something where I don't know if everyday actions that I do right.
Păi, gândește că englezii, mă rog, și toți oamenii bogați se duceau la show-uri de tortură for fun.
Da.
Gen, and it wasn't wrong, it was just entertainment.
Da, am făcut fața aia că gen mie, de acum, mi se pare foarte greu să nu văd lucrurile ca unul greșit. Deci mi se pare greu să zic că s-a schimbat din punctul de vedere al oamenilor de atunci, da.
Right now are going to be considered evil later on, like is driving a car going to be considered wrong?
Biblia mi se pare gen un punct de plecare atât de prost pentru ce e bun și ce e rău, pentru că Biblia literalmente spune că e ok să ai sclavi și să-i bați până gen aproape mor, dar nu chiar.
Ca să poată să muncească și a doua zi.
Nu știu cum poți să ai încredere în așa ceva.
Going to be considered evil later on, like is driving a car going to be considered wrong?
I don't believe in an evil entity who is, pitchfork and horns and looking like me with a goatee. That doesn't actually happen. If you ask anybody throughout history, they're always the hero of their own novel.
Completely.
Even yesterday, I went to the grocery store and there was one person who had like more than 10 packs of toilet paper. And I do understand that...
Toilet paper is not going to save you.
Yeah, I do understand that he was being cautious and watching out for himself and his family. I just think the act of doing that is wrong because there were so many people who couldn't buy toilet paper.
But to him, that was right, because he was looking out for his family, probably.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm saying that I think the act is wrong, but I wouldn't say that he's evil. Like, unless he has IBS or something, I don't know. Oh, he got so many.
She's funny.
Some of the core beliefs of Hinduism is to believe in dharma, making sure that you have...
Dharma encompasses ideas and behaviors considered appropriate, correct, or morally upright.
Enough for yourself and also enough for other people. But Satan in Hinduism is like an assistant to God, someone who can cause disruption, but that is more for the benefit of human beings by and large.
I believe Satan is evil.
Yes, the Christian step forward.
Scuze.
Wait, why did you stop?
I was trying to play it out in my head, but then I realized I don't agree with that. And
Okay.
stuff, yeah.
Well, the fact that there is a Satan who is real and the fact that he is evil is,
Sursă? Sursă? Biblie sursă?
a Satan who is real and the fact that he is evil is, it's an important,
I mean, toată lumea știe, gen, it's a worldwide known fact.
pretty central belief that we hold in the Christian faith. There is a Satan who is real and the fact that he is evil is, it's an important, pretty central belief that we hold in the Christian faith, and that there is a good and loving God and a Satan who is evil.
Yeah, the binary.
Uite, s-a uitat la Moța să zică că a zis bine poezia. Să-mi bag pe uite.
Good and loving God and a Satan who is evil.
Am zis bine, mama.
Good and loving God and a Satan who is evil.
Efectiv, uite cât de mândru e de ce a zis.
Ia uite-o.
So let's go back to Genesis, okay?
Perfect.
God wanted to keep humans from eating the fruit of knowledge, correct? And Satan, or the serpent, wanted to give humans that knowledge. I believe that's a good action.
That is a good action.
That's a good action. That's justifiable.
The first person to advocate for equal rights.
Yes. We only heard God's perspective, and from my perspective, just looking into the Bible, it's like we didn't hear Satan's perspective. Maybe he said, God is a tyrannical God, and I'm going to rebel from him, and I'm going to become a fallen angel to...
He's in disbelief!
Efectiv,
Ei văzut
gen.
fața?
Da, literalmente e gen.
God is a tyrannical God, and I'm going to rebel
Oprește-vă că nu mai pot.
Băi, ce
Și eu
spui?
ce le zic la copiii mei?
Blasfemie?
from him, and I'm going to become a fallen angel to help mankind.
My interpretation and understanding of that story is that God created an environment where and it was an environment of love and peace, and where his children that he created and who he loved, who he created in
A creat gen o lume în care totul era frumos,
Atâta
pentru că
timp
toată
cât-
lumea făcea ce spunea el.
Atâta timp cât faceți ce zic eu, vă iubesc și stați aici cu mine.
his image would,
They were naked and they didn't have understanding.
yeah, and that this was an environment for them to
So
Well, wait, we gotta hear his whole point.
to flourish. And so he puts them in this environment, and he desires for them to flourish and to live in unashamed relationship with him and his perfection and his glory
naked and stupid.
I see God making simple playthings because he's bored, if it's real then, and then saying, don't do this because I don't want you on my level, and if you do, I have to make sure you can't live forever, so you really...
E atât de insecure acest Dumnezeu.
Creștin, mai ales, da.
Știe că dacă oamenii află adevărul și au cunoaștere, o să-și dea seama că este un căcat ordinar.
Get on my level.
Would you think that if you heard that one of your friends was having a baby and you'd say, oh, you're just making a plaything for your...
Depinzând de cine e și ce vrea să facă, I swear to God I would.
Dacă faci un copil doar ca să te simți tu bine cu tine, că copilul ăla face ce spui tu,
Da, sau ca să te șteargă la cur la bătrânețe, nu fă copil, Doamne!
Dumnezeu ne-a creat ca să aibă pe cine să salveze după aia, ca să-și satisfacă complexul de salvator.
Dacă ea tot știutor, nu ar trebui să știe că în momentul în care ne-a creat și ne-a dat liber arbitru, va ști tot ce vom alege pentru că el ne-a creat și el știe tot?
Dumnezeu doar ne face gaslighting de fiecare dată când...
Da! Nu e vina voastră! Coaie, taci în El, practic, a făcut o eroare, pentru că oamenii nu l-au ascultat când trebuiau să-l asculte. Dar nu, e vina noastră, pentru că noi nu l-am ascultat.
Dumnezeu needs love and he can only have it by manipulating people into thinking they need him. Bravo. Exact.
That's
Depending on
different.
their
That's different.
intention of having the baby, possibly.
There are some parents who use their kids as
Yeah.
their playthings.
Yeah.
But that's how I see the same generative love that out of which God created us.
I think for me, from as much knowledge as I have about Satan, I think Satan is a symbol of freedom and liberty, right? So that is not evil. Of course, like we discussed before, if people commit wrong deeds in the name of Satan, then that's wrong.
For me, I flip-flopped a little only because I don't think that on his own Satan is evil. I think he's used to represent evil. Whether he does or not, that's what he's used for. His character is very much used to say, like, you do something wrong, like, oh, that's an act of, like, the devil, kind of.
Oh, wow, ok, stai înainte. Dacă tu ai ceva de mâncare, mă duc să caut eu chipsuri.
S-a dus să caute chipsuri. You devil, go away! Păi, ASMR. Ce nu fac eu pentru voi? Da, nu știu, Satan isn't evil to me, pentru că I don't like the initial state of humans în care Dumnezeu ne-a pus, necunoscători de nimic și să facem doar ce vrea El și așa să avem acces la iubirea Lui. Ai găsit?
Say like you do something wrong, like, oh, that's an act of like the devil, kind of.
Uite cum s-a așezat!
You do something wrong, like, oh, that's an act of like the devil, kind of.
Satan represents to me taking responsibility for your own actions. It says to thirst for knowledge, for understanding, to understand that man is an animal, sometimes worse than those around, but an animal nonetheless.
Religion has caused more harm than good.
Da, 100%.
Religion has caused a lot of harm. Is it the ultimate source of evil? No. Ultimately, people make their own decisions.
Nu se măsoară niciun fel răul pe care l-a cauzat religia cu gen eliminarea unor întregi culturi și întregi populații în numele Domnului nostru Iisus Hristos. Nu se compară gen rău pe care l-a făcut cu poveștile de m-a făcut să mă simt mai bine că gen o să ajungă în rai după ce mor.
Da.
Religion has caused a lot of harm. Is it the ultimate source of evil? No. Ultimately, people make their own decisions, but we talk about crusades and witch trials and the God hates fags and the snake handlers and the hypocrites,
Persecution of science.
the subjection of science, the arts.
I mean, I don't know that there's been a major war that hasn't been at least fueled by religion, if not directly started by it. Some of them were just political things, but they were always had a religious backing at some point that like flared the fire up and made it so much worse than it would have been.
And they vote.
Oh God.
Me and my historian little ass. Yes, most wars were religion fueled because people identify themselves so much with their God. Și gen, ei nu contează. In the big scheme of things, the individual doesn't matter in religion.
I think religion dictates moral values for a lot of people, and the way people interpret religion has caused harm. But religion itself would never, can never cause any harm. It is meant for the good of society and for the good of people.
I disagree with that, Michael.
Oh, but let her finish.
Go on.
Yeah, and like I said, yeah, the way, because I don't think any God would say that, okay, this child is going to burn in hell. It's probably the way people have interpreted it. Because I don't think any God would say that, okay, this child is going to burn in hell. It's probably the way people have interpreted it, or the way people tell others, the way they've practiced, some people have practiced it.
There is harm in religion done in the name of religion, but it's hard to quantify on a cost-benefit analysis.
Una dintre cele mai nasoale chestii din interiorul religiei care se întâmplă este trauma religioasă a persoanelor care se convertesc de la orice religie, because it's fucking traumatizing să fii închis ani în șir într-o casă în care te abuzează Dumnezeul narcisist.
Religion in itself wouldn't cause harm dacă Dumnezeu ar fi suficient de capabil să scrie ceva într-un mod în care toată lumea să înțeleagă. Că supposedly he created us, so he should know how to speak to us ca să înțelegem. Nu ar mai fi loc de îndoială, nu ar mai fi interpretări ale Bibliei, adică ar mai fi, dar toți am știe, gen, am ști ce înseamnă. But we don't.
Da, that's kind of impossible cu Biblia așa cum e. Și mi se pare imposibil pentru religie să fie un lucru ok, având în vedere cum e Biblia scrisă. De niște bărbați albi, probabil.
Analysis kind of way, which is worse, having religion or not having religion. Religion is a form of power, it is a tool, and it reveals the worst in humanity and it reveals the best of humanity. And you can do a lot in the name of religion, but you can also do a lot of good in the name of religion.
Yeah.
Este un quote care îmi place foarte mult, sper să nu-l pocesc, că oamenii buni o să facă lucruri bune și oamenii răi o să facă lucruri rele, dar pentru ca un om bun să facă un lucru rău e nevoie de religie. Și damn preach.
I agree with that. I think the power word is very important to me. I have a lot of sensitivity about that, and where Christians have used either the Bible or their own conviction to express authority over other people in a way that doesn't lead to their flourishing. I think we're in agreement on that.
Măcar atât, Sean.
As a member of the Christian church, I would say that there have been great contributions of people of faith to the cause of human flourishing.
Gen donațiile de 0,1% din averea uriașă pe care o are biserica. Gen ce? Dă-mi un exemplu.
Through medicine and healthcare and the arts and education and all those kinds of things. So
I wouldn't go about for the arts and medicines, but
Yeah.
for the arts, yeah, not for the medicines,
for the
but
arts.
for the arts, yes.
Christian
There's
art is amazing.
Beautiful artwork, beautiful,
Cathedrals
beautiful
are
artwork.
amazing.
Cathedrals
Those
are
artists
beautiful.
were not Christian. They were
I
just
don't
hired
care
by-
if they
Then
were
not a Da
hired by
Vinci
the
was not a
church.
Christian.
I love it. I love Saint Sebastian portraits. I love all.
Some of the choral music is beautiful.
All of
The
it.
tradition is sometimes beautiful. There's beautiful things in it, and it can help calm someone if that is what they need. I do believe that people do need rituals. I myself have rituals.
So I mean, I think religion has given a lot of people some kind of peace of mind, and I think like even if it's necessarily like again, I think I guess what to you like someone believing in God, like well that's just not true. Why would you do that? I guess to me, believing in God, I don't think, and I've never ever impose my religion on anyone around me. I use it as something that's like a personal relationship between me and God, and it's helped me again lots of times in those times of like in those dark moments, I guess, or in those happy moments, just thanking God for blessing my life. Or
Dacă cineva care e într-un punct low și if all life is shit și începe să aibă imaginary friends, delusions, any sort of that, gen spunem că sunt nebuni, dar dacă vorbesc cu Dumnezeu este gen ok. Dacă nimeni nu poate să dovedească că Dumnezeu este real, care este diferența între a vorbi cu un Dumnezeu și a vorbi cu un prieten imaginar? De ce dacă ar merge cineva în terapie și ar spune că vorbește cu un prieten imaginar când se simte prost, probabil primi medicație, dar dacă spune că vorbește cu Dumnezeu e gen, ok, your personal belief, I respect it.
in those dark moments, like feeling a little less alone is what it's helped. And I think people I've talked to have like felt similar things in that respect. I've always been proud of my religion. It's never something I've tried to hide. I think it's like if someone
Well, you're a man, first of all.
would have a conversation with me, not in an overbearing way, but it would be something that would come out very quickly in the conversation for some reason or another.
I consider myself a good person.
Oh. There we go. The little elf.
Cine nu ar veni la chestia asta? Most people would. Gen indiferent de în ce cred.
I'm a great person.
I really think good and bad is objective because does everyone love me? No. There are people who absolutely wish
Vreau să zică subjective?
I think.
Că n-are sens dacă zice objective.
me dead, and that's okay. Maybe I deserve it from them. I don't know. But on the other hand, I help little old ladies across the street, and I give to the poor, and I give time and energy, and so is that good? Maybe it outweighs the bad.
It's that constantly striving to be better in whatever means that is, but in a moving forward sense, not just staying stagnant in, I'm this and I'm going to stay this way all the time.
It's an active pursuit. Like you have to do it
Completely.
every single day.
Completely.
No, I do believe that being good is in these minute, like little actions, these micro actions that you do every single day.
I'm intrigued. Do you guys base it more on your intentions or more on your actions?
I think it's both, but intention is really important.
Yes.
It is. Because sometimes you do something thinking that it's going to be a good thing.
Intenția e importantă dacă, să spunem că intenționezi să faci bine, dar acțiunea ta face rău, poți să dai valoare intenției numai dacă realizezi că ai făcut ceva rău și încerci să o schimbi. Dacă o lași așa și spui că tu nu ai nicio vină pentru că intenția a fost bună, that's not good.
Da, mă rog, mie mi se pare că gen intenția își pierde din valoare în momentul în care acțiunea e rea, dar if they try to mend it, then of course it's forgiven.
Mă rog, depinde ce faci.
Da, dracu. I believe everything, you can repent from almost everything.
But it turns out to be disastrous. But as long as you had a good intention in it, I feel like it's
Like
not...
to a certain extent.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
How many people do good things because they think that's what people expect good things to be?
Yeah, and for me, I would just hope that my faith would be borne out in acts of kindness.
Uite, e atât de gen copil acest bărbat de peste 45 de ani. El literalmente I hope God loves me.
He needs a daddy. Vorbește cu Richard după clip, te rog.
Vreau și eu să vorbesc cu Richard după.
That
Nimic.
my faith would be borne out in acts of kindness and mercy and compassion and charity. And I know that doesn't necessarily come from me, but I believe that I'm a good person because of who God has made me to be.
Acești oameni care gen iau orice merit al lor și îl dau lui Dumnezeu, literalmente.
Cum sunt oamenii ăștia
Săracii.
fericiți? Gen, oamenii ăștia au fericire?
I think you're a good person because you're a good person. I also think you're more moral than the God of the Bible. I think you're a genuinely good person, and I think you're better than the Bible.
Well, nu știu dacă asta gen o să-l facă pe nenea Dr. House să gen
Turbeze.
ori să turbeze, ori gen să fie flattered și să in his pants, că i-a zis Richard asta.
Efectiv, stop, because he had such a daddy tone to that.
I also think you're.
Uite la fața lui.
I think you're a good person because you're a good person. I also think you're more moral than the God of the Bible. I think you're a genuinely good person, and I think you're better than the Bible.
I think there's good in every.
He's so tough!
Maybe sometimes.
They're having a moment, look at them. Fac contact
I
vizual.
think there's good in everybody. Maybe sometimes it's deep within. But I do think that at their core, everybody's a good person.
I think everybody can be a good person, but
Ce sanceni copilul asta?
it happens very slowly, man. If life has been harsh to you, being a good person is really hard for some people. And I get it. Like, for some people, it's hard to be a good person by default. But I think that with enough luck, help, and drive, maybe you can.
Lois, why are you a Satanist?
Well, I'm a Satanist because I originally started out as an atheist, but I wanted to find more ways to do advocacy work within a separation of church and state. And also, I think Satan is pretty cool. Satan is...
Me too!
It's kind of a daddy. So here I am today talking about Satan.
I
Satan și
respect
Richard.
all religions.
Nu.
All?
I don't respect all religions.
All? I respect you if you're a good person and you're doing, you know, if you think you're...
Respect persoanele bune indiferent de religie, dar nu respect toate religiile. Că dacă îți faci o religie în care crezi că ligheanele sunt Dumnezeu, du-te dracu! Dar măcar ăla e un obiect real.
Să ne spălăm la curuleți doar la
Măcar
ligheană.
ăla este un obiect real, nu Dumnezeul creștin.
Your religion is great, but I mean, there's probably a religion out there that I'm going to say that's not okay.
I mean, I'm saying I respect all religions in the sense of the ones that I know of. I guess there's some obscure thing that I'm not aware of that really does stand for horrible things I don't agree with. My answer will change.
Yeah. I think whatever you want to store your faith in, and if it helps you and helps you to unite with other people, of course, I'm sure we all respect that. And
Nu, pentru că gen poți să te unești cu alți oameni pentru un lucru foarte groaznic. Atacul Rusiei asupra Ucrainei.
Rusia spre Ucraina. Ai zis atacul Rusiei spre Ucrainei.
Asupra Ucrainei. Bine.
that helps you lead your life.
Though I have committed my life and future to a religion that believes that it is the right and the only way, you know.
Omul ăsta gen nu contează ce îi spui. El o să rămână creștin doar pentru că așa a zis că o să facă.
Future to a religion that believes that it is the right and the only way, you know. I also believe I respect people and love people and believe in people's freedom to choose.
Do you?
Even in Islam, in the Quran, we have this one chapter. What it talks about is the respecting of other people's religions. Like, your religion is for you, and my religion is for me.
Numai că toată lumea e born Muslim. Că atunci când te convertești la islam, gen, nu te convertești, revii la islam.
And like, my religion is mine and your religion is yours, and like that's okay in a sense. We're separate from each other, but still preaching that respect for one another.
Like, it's a platitude of all religions to say, I respect your religion, I respect your religion, I respect your religion, but you're all saying, oh, I respect your right to have that religion, but then internally you're saying, Allah is the only God, Jesus is not God. Vishnu, Krishna, these are gods, these are deities. Jesus Christ is the only way.
The Jesus guy has a crush on him.
Efectiv.
He is the answer, he is the only one. I'm right, you're all wrong, but I'm going to be nice about
Da.
it.
Da.
I think that there's a difference between believing that somebody else's religion is wrong and respecting it. I feel like you can have respect and still disagree. And that's where I'm kind of coming from. And I disagree with all of you guys on your religious beliefs. But of course, everybody disagrees on their religious beliefs.
I think we all disagree with
Yeah.
each other to a certain extent.
But we can all live in harmony and we can
And
all
respect the other
coexist.
person's views.
Yeah.
The core of my religion
Eu sunt de acord cu ce a zis Richard. No, you think it's fucking stupid because you think you're right. You don't respect the religion. You respect the right of that person to have another religion.
is love.
Yeah, kind of, mostly, I mean.
I don't really follow a specific organized religion, but I do believe that at my core, my belief system is full of love for everybody and respect.
First tenet in the temple of Satan is to have compassion and empathy for all living creatures within like our reasonable understanding of it. So
Love yourself, too, I
Satanists are evil.
think that's important.
For me, Islam is always, again, as far as self-love goes, was always like preach self-respect for yourself, respect your body, respect your belongings, respect.
Aha. Deci, loving your body means respecting your body, adică să ți-l acoperi, să nu-ți vadă băieții pe stradă că ai țâțe.
Să nu-ți vadă băieți pe stradă nici că ai picioare, ce țâțe.
Respect your public space, respect the earth, and love all. And it's just been a guiding.
Love all, adică
all.
și pe gay?
Love all numai nu gay, nu femeile, nu persoanele trans, cine numai?
Ce e asta?
Mai știu. Amazing! Te ador, te ador!
Mai plâng aici! Mai omule ești.
Da, o să-mi... O să-mi pun aia ca background la telefon.
Guiding force for love in my life, and I think it's because of the love that's rooted within it.
I'm curious, did you learn anything about the other side or about a specific person in this group that you didn't expect?
For me, honestly, it was more of that I didn't know what to expect, only because I know a bit more about Christianity, I know a bit more about Hinduism, just you don't learn about Satanism in school very much.
Well, to be fair, not to interrupt, we three identify as Satanists, but we three also believe completely
very different.
We're
Of
very
course.
different.
absolutely.
Of course. And I think that's why for me, I didn't really come in
They all seem happy though.
Da.
with many expectations. I was just willing and eager to hear what you had to say, hear your point of view. Our reason for doing what we do is a bit different, but I think we all want to be good people and live good, happy lives and preach love in some way or another. I don't mean preach in a religious sense. I just mean like be loving people. I think we all want similar things just for different reasons.
Satanism is a newer religion. I mean, the Satanic Temple, obviously extremely new.
Yeah, very.
Church of Satan, as run by Anton LaVey, very new.
Aleister Crowley, still within the last...
Pretty new, too. I mean, obviously, there's been occultism throughout the world for ages and ages and ages, but we have the benefit of coming in with these progressive ideologies and being able to form a new idea of what is acceptable.
In light of the coronavirus, we aren't doing handshakes or hugs or anything like that, but in your own way, express affection to each other.
He did the live long and prosper from Star Trek.
Ok.
That was so nice.
Adică nu sărac.
Oh, yes, that one's a good one. That's a very good one. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
Uite de la el.
Sărac,
Are bot.
plânge.